Well, going into our discussion segment, and I mean, not really the best notes to start on, but I believe by now, um, well, we unfortunately have lost the daughter of a renowned politician and a former Convention People's Party activist. We're talking about Mr. Henry Kojo Jabba. Her name is Georgette Ami Dede Jabba, and she died from complications of the fast spreading pandemic after coming down here to our base Ghana from the UK to spend the Yuletide, talking about the Christmas. Um, it's very sad. Condolences to the family of Mr. Jabba, and let's also do well to ensure that we practice all the safety precautions. Like we keep saying, sometimes you underestimate the nature of it until it hits close to home. So let's do well to take seriously all the safety precautions put out there. Like I mentioned, today we'll be listening to people's opinions, their voices, and as much as we'll be chipping in, the question is simple. Would you take the COVID-19 vaccine if it's presented to you? Simple. Yes or no? If yes, why? If no, why? Now, we'll take some voices and I'll love you all to listen. After that, I'll bring in my co host and they'll also bring in their parts and bits on it. So we'll start with these voices.
I would take it if there's a vaccine available because the COVID thing, it's serious. I would prefer to have probably some effects from the vaccine than to get corona.
Yes, I'll take the vaccine because it's a worldwide pandemic, and then it's only the vaccine that will make it reduce its danger of killing people. So the vaccine is the only option we have now as humans in the world. So we all have to adhere to it and then take the vaccines, and then we have to stop the notion about the negativity around it that they want to kill Africans. It's not possible that they can eradicate Africans with a simple vaccine like that. We all want the betterment of the world, so we all have to adhere to it and then take the vaccines. Thank you.
No, 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 no. Absolutely no. That's all. I don't think it's a very good advice for us we blacks to take this kind of vaccine. Can't understand that because I don't think these white people, they always want, they just want to finish us.
I will not take the vaccine. The reason why I will not take it is that I heard that it has a side effect. And I've not seen anybody that take the vaccine in front of me. And I want to see it clearly, if it can work or not. So if they can bring someone to just do some, this what do they call it, like experiment for us to see. Oh, we'll take the vaccine. But if not that, I'm not going to take it.
Before we agree on this vaccine to be accepted, for now, we plead on behalf of Nanado, right? The president and his cabinet, right? To be tested first for approval before we, the citizens of Ghana, will accept it too. That's it.
So like this corona medicine, I will not take it too. I don't believe in it, so I will not take it. Even if I would take it, but these conspiracy theories I hear now, most of them now will even make me not to take it. But yet, maybe along the line, if we happen to do it local here, then I'll take it. But those that they import there, masala, like I no go do. I don't even believe in it, so I no go take.
For me, for the vaccine, I don't trust the vaccine because both doctors, all of them have their views about it. All of them are not confirming about it. So therefore, for me, I don't trust it. Therefore, I will not take it. Thank you.
Okay, so we've heard from people. We have more voices. We'll play them for you, but I want to bring my co-host into the conversation now. Barry, Hafiz, and Mamia, and we have those who said yes, and we have those who have said that no. And okay, quick one. What are your observations, Mamiaba? I'll start with you.
Observations?
Like from what you've just heard, the people saying no and those saying yes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their reasons for not wanting to take the vaccine. And I think I agree with, I don't know if it's the second or the third guy who says these people, they want to finish us.
Wait, you agree with him?
Yeah, I mean, I remember one time I said I would not take the vaccine because I do not trust these big pharmaceutical companies from the West. And then Hafiz and Barry jumped on my case. But somebody just share the same sentiment. So I mean, yeah.
Hafiz. She said she actually agrees with him. These people they want to what? They want to finish us. Okay.
You think someone is out to get you?
You don't know. Not
Oh,
just
but no,
me.
but did you hear the guy say that he doesn't think that they can completely clear us?
You never know.
Look, tell you what, you're asking for observations, and for starters, I think people have a lot of trust issues. I mean,
Yeah.
shrinks you were making a lot of money around this time. But I mean, on a more serious note, look, I just think that the world is witnessing a time where pathogens are being researched into in real time,
Mm-hmm.
and so this whole talk about I'll take the vaccine, I won't take the vaccine, is actually the byproduct. That's what we are seeing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because look, scientific observations are not grounded truths. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
trials and errors are done.
Yeah.
Okay, information will change every now and then. Okay, what you knew was right is going to change, and so you are going to have people overwhelmed by this situation. Now remember when this whole pandemic, when COVID was declared a pandemic, there was a lot of information all around. Okay, there was a time we were told asymptomatic uh, persons were contagious. There was a time we were told they are not. There was a time where we were even told this mask we are wearing, a surgical mask, we were told that it wasn't the right mask to
Mask,
use.
yeah.
In fact, you should use the N95s. Okay,
Yeah.
information would change every now and then, and based on that alone, with this whole back and forth, we are going to have some people feel like no, there's something these guys aren't telling us, and so based on that reason, you are going to have people develop trust issues already. I mean, trust is in short supply. People don't exactly trust the government, and then you have throw this into the mix, and you're going to have an effect.
It's gonna have an effect. Barry, what are your observations on this? I mean,
Charlie,
they want to finish us.
it's interesting, man. I mean, everybody's got their own reasons why they think they should take the vaccine and not and stuff like that. But it all boils down to, being safe. Because those who are in favor of taking it are talking about the fact that it could further complicate or bring them complications. So by then, for them to be safe, they wouldn't take it. Those who are also talking about the fact that they would go for the vaccine are still in the same, pot of being safe because they think or they have that belief that should we go in for the vaccine, we would be safe. But then again, this is where the science aspect of it comes in to talk about the fact that yes, if you have the virus, you take it, it would heal you, and there's this thing that you would be able to spread it again. It doesn't prevent you from spreading. For me, I mean, as a lay person in deep pure science, I would find it very weird and worrying because why would I take a vaccine? I mean, you take a hepatitis vaccine, it prevents you from contracting the virus, right? It makes you immune. But here's the case: the COVID-19 vaccine doesn't make you immune, right? If you have it, you take it, it heals you, and then again, you're able to you can spread it. For me, it's a matter of concern. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't blame the people out there who are saying we would take it, we would not take it. I think, yeah, I agree with you. The information that are coming in, it's a bit complicated. It's confusing because people are looking to be safe. Someone would say, I won't take it because if I take it, I will further get sick. Complications might step in. And it's due to some of the informations and, saying and videos they've seen out there. Others would say, you know what, I need to take it because of the fact that they still want to be safe. I think the matter of safety here is what everybody's looking out for. So obviously, from different perspectives, safety is still what the average human is after. Yeah.
Well, safety is what the average human is after. Let's listen to more voices of whether or not people actually are going to take the vaccine.
No, I will never take the vaccine because I'm well and healthy. I have no fear for corona. I think it's something else. For me, there are other sicknesses that I think are more vital than corona. Something like tuberculosis, malaria that we always have to fight with, the normal fever and that we encounter. So for me, anything corona, I'm not for it.
No, because I don't trust the vaccine. Because we've already been told their intention on Africa. That's why I decided not to take it, because even the vaccine, I don't trust it.
I think context is key when it comes to these issues. I mean, when we are born from birth, so we are adults, we go through a lot of vaccinations. I mean, when we are young, there are vaccinations against polio, measles, all those things. And we are not manufacturing these vaccines, so we can't say we have control over those vaccinations or how they react to our bodies and whatnot. I know there are a lot of conspiracies about the vaccine and its effects it might have on us, because people feel it's a ploy to wipe us out. I don't know. But for me, I feel like if there's a vaccine, do you think it's Africans who are even going to get it first? I definitely don't think so. I think it's the whites or the Americans, the Europeans, the other ones who are going to get it first. And then if it's effective, then surely we also get it. So for me, I think, yeah, there are two sides. You have to be cautious when it comes to these things, but I don't think there's any grand scheme behind these vaccines. And so, for me, if there's a vaccine, sure, why not? I'll
And
go in
so
for it.
I'm indifferent about this vaccination right now because I'm not quite certain or sure if WHO approved it or not. I'm supposed to travel right from 27th of December last year, but I heard there was going to be a mandatory vaccination in the U.S., so I decided to stay because I've seen a few documentaries and videos of some nurses that took the vaccination and then collapsed on TV like that. So I'm quite skeptical about it, and I want to see it working for people before I take it. In the meantime, I'm still taking precautionary measures around the COVID.
As it stands, I will not be taking the COVID vaccine. And this is because although I feel that it has been rushed, although I understand that the spread of the virus has necessitated this rush, I don't think that it's super safe to just be more or less guinea pigs as it stands. So I would rather see how it plays out than to go with it.
Okay, for me personally, I wouldn't take the COVID vaccine because from what I read, the vaccine only leads to about 3% protection, and even if you take the vaccine, I think it protects you for just like I think 3 to 5 months. Yeah, from what I read on the internet, I think it just protects you to like 3 to 5 months, and you have high risk to allergic reactions and all that. And even if you get vaccinated, it doesn't really protect you from catching the virus. You can still catch the virus or transfer the virus to other people, even if you are vaccinated. So I wouldn't take the COVID-19 vaccine. And besides, I don't trust
Africa Global Radio. Remember, your story is our story. Your growth is our growth. Your future is our future.
So we've had it. I mean, those who had their doubts about the conspiracy theories, those who believe in the conspiracy theories. But then I think from a couple of them, some, like Hafiz mentioned, trust issues are there. Some also cannot guarantee about the research that has been done. There's one man who mentioned that if it's produced locally, that one he would take. But once they're importing it, he's not going to go for it. And there was one that actually said he believes there are more vital diseases out there, like tuberculosis. So for me, this tells you that the much education in that sector or to such a person has not been done for him to actually understand the scope of the COVID-19
Look,
virus.
Epi, let's be careful so not to appear that we are dismissing these, their opinions. Okay, because as funny as they sound, to some extent, a lot of them are coming from a genuine place. These are genuine concerns.
Yes.
So let's be careful not try to
You
make
see,
jest
no,
of it.
not, I mean,
But then,
no, but with regards to somebody who says he believes that tuberculosis is more vital, I think vital is
That's an
a wrong
exception.
word. Yes, he's actually the case, because I believe education has to be done properly for him to understand that the COVID-19 is something that is really real.
but you see, there's this other voice I heard that was quite refreshing, and he talked about the fact that it's rushed. He feels it's rushed,
Yeah.
and is actually one of the concerns. We keep hearing trust. We keep hearing trust. And when he talked about it being rushed, now you realize that time is a luxury we can't afford at the moment,
Yeah.
and so we are racing against it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, clinical trials have had to be adapted. Would have to, change a lot of the procedures.
Yeah.
And so normally when a vaccine that has to take 5 or 10 years to perfect, I mean, we have vaccines that are out in few months. And simply because, well, they've decided to relax some of the rules to fast track the approval process. Basically, that's what it is. And so this is where but because of the fact that it's rushed in his words, it's something that is of concern to him. So for such a person, how do you then sit down and let him understand, the situation we are in?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have time on our hands. Okay, we need to get back to our normal times, whatever that is. Then again, they still talk about trust. Now, however you look at this, there's also the economic part of it. Now, case is the pharmaceutical companies I want to put on the spot. Now, with the pharmaceutical companies, now, look, forget the fact that yes, they are out there and they are trying to manufacture vaccines and all that. They are not entirely existing to further scientific causes. At the end of the day, they are also profit-making establishments. And so, because of that, some people out there aren't able to look past it. Now, we are in a pandemic where pharmaceutical companies have had to rush to manufacture vaccines. That means not just saving lives, the potential to also make more money. And so, I'm not saying that's what is happening, but it is what it is. Like, so a lot of the time, people are sitting down and thinking, okay, so they're actually out there to make more money. So if you look at the conditions, especially in the pandemic with pharmaceutical companies, what you see is a pharmaceutical company's paradise, basically. Because the conditions are right.
The conditions are right, but
So
would you say they should be looking at it from that angle?
That's what I'm saying.
As
At the end of the
opposed to
day,
looking at it from the angle
companies
of, okay,
are out
they
there
need
to
it
make more
work.
money. Even before this pandemic, there were issues, or there have been issues of pharmaceutical companies, putting out drugs. Yes, or medicines, I should say.
No, nobody should look at my face. 'Cause I'm not. No, I mean, when they
Somebody
talk
look at
about,
Barry.
I don't know why you guys always
No,
look
I
at me
mean,
when you
it's-
mention drugs. It was just
Okay,
a thing.
J and J.
Really?
It
So
doesn't
Barry,
take away.
Barry's favorite.
It doesn't. It's
Even
not.
before the
No, it's not
pandemic,
about being my favorite.
There was look. The J&J is just one of those issues. but
Right.
there are a lot more issues than that.
Mhm.
Okay, that's okay. Pharmaceutical companies sometimes deliberately do certain things or look the other way just so their
Just
products
make
can
money,
get
yeah.
out there.
Okay.
Now we are in a situation where the rules have had to be relaxed a bit just so they can they can push out vaccines. I don't know if you get where I'm going with this.
No, I do
So,
get you. You see, the angle
You
is
can
good
understand
and
why
it's
people
great.
would have trust issues. I'm just
Issues
trying to
based
see
on that,
where
yes,
exactly
they are
the
coming
trust
from.
issue is coming from.
Okay. We
Okay.
still have more voices, so let's listen to these ones as well. But mom, it's like most of them are standing with mommy's theory.
Okay, so they have the plan they have for us.
And
What plan?
They want to, they want to finish
finish
us.
Yeah, they want to finish
They want
us.
to
How can they?
finish us.
I mean,
Okay,
Wow.
let's take these ones.
I'll only take it when the president of Ghana and his vice will take it, and then we know it's good. Nothing happens, fine.
For the COVID-19 vaccine, I'm not sure it will even get to Africa very early because right now they were projecting that
For 2021, 2022, they will satisfy that of the Europeans and then the Americans. So by all means, by the time you get to Africa, then I'm sure they've already done with the best one or the better ones, and they'll just bring the trash to us. You know how the Americans or the whites, they treat we Africans. And moreover, I'll use this as a case study. You know, there are some drugs that are manufactured for the Europeans. They are purposely manufactured for them, the Europeans, and then the Americans. There's this drug, I know of a calcium supplement that they have that for the Europeans and that for the Africans. You know, they will tell you because of temperature or the atmospheric differences and that. But I'm not sure that's the best, or they actually want the best for us. You know, and it's a vaccine. Okay, it's a vaccine, and the vaccine, we don't know what will happen after we've taken it. So, for now, we will just go by the precautions. You know, they've told us that we should just be taking this vitamin C's and that. I think that is okay for us, for we the Africans. So far as I've not contracted it, there's no need for me to go for any vaccine. Okay. If I'm contracted and then I've been told that without the vaccine I can't survive, then I don't have any other option than to go for it. But for now, if they bring it, for their past record and how they see we Africans, you know, it's a kind of risky thing if you go for it. So I'm not sure. I'm not very sure.
But ciwo ma ban believe ba ma balle ma vaseline na ma in jin sai a je yi ban confuse batun ciwo nan ba domin baki na su biyu suka zo suka te da su Canada suka je test aka ce wai matan shi positive a negative rider mijin positive sai na ga kamar how ni da miji na ke kwana muke komi da komi ya zai ya kana later kuma shaka call shaka ce wai ya komo ya zo ya yi sabo ya zo ya biya sabon kudi aka ce wai 24 hours abin zai mature within within 4 hours aka call shi ba aka test shi message wai negative kuma ya koma ya je karbi results shi kuma an ba shi kan negative kuma ya wuce kuma yau aka ga ya shiga yana Canada.
Did you hear the backing? Yachikudi. So I think this guy who spoke Hausa, I mean, I believe I mean, you know, Hausa is one of the widely spoken languages in Sub-Saharan Africa. Yes. So for those who understand, in West Africa, yeah. So it's kind of like I would say, as for him, he doesn't believe in the whole, even the virus itself. He doesn't believe it. Douglas to even go and talk about taking the vaccine because he had visitors from Canada.
Okay.
And then upon leaving, they actually had to take a test, and then the wife was negative, the husband was positive, and it was like, I'm with my wife every now and then. Why would she be negative and I would be positive after paying for the test? And they asked him to pay another money to conduct another test again. That should be within 24 hours. Within 3 to 4 hours, they called him back again to come for the test, and it was negative. So it's like, now people start asking, like, you said 24 hours. Now, 4 hours, you're calling me back to say, so I said that you just enjoy the fact that you want to extort money from me, giving me fake results. Alba mentioned, she mentioned one particular video that this guy went to a certain research lab, blah, 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 and they took his sample. It was positive when he traveled. And actually gave him a certain results that looked like they've given him a fake result, making him negative because they tested him positive. But when he traveled, that was it. He tested with them, and they said it was positive.
Yeah.
But he said he was traveling.
So they made him pay an amount
to give a negative
result.
But when he traveled, he did another one, which proved negative. So it means they gave him a fake result just to get money from him.
So people
are actually cashing out on this thing.
I think
which further goes with
it basically this whole pharmacy. It's like now everybody's trying to find a piece of meat to bite because there's a game out there. Everybody wants to get the best, and in this case, it basically works best for the pharmaceutical companies. But the issue I'm having here in our base Ghana, the testing ranging from 400 and something to 600 and something. based on the time expediency. How quick do you want it? How fast do you want it? And it's for those going back to school. Certain schools are demanding that you bring it, and it must be within 48 hours or 24 hours before you
But
come
you
to
see,
school.
with a test issue, there are 3 issues attached to it. 1, someone would go for it wouldn't go for it because they think it would harm them. 2, someone would go for it thinking that would be the only way to protect them. 3, the one who doesn't even believe in the virus. So it's all out there. Someone doesn't even believe the virus for themselves, just like this guy said.
Look,
but you did it, Shiba.
Yeah. Look, and if you listen to all the voices, there's one theme that's running through. Trust.
Right.
Trust.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like nobody trusts anybody. I mean, let's let's just go with that.
Yeah.
It's lives we're dealing with.
Because
so, nobody wants to
I've
joke
even
with
heard
it.
a few voices
Everybody's
that
a
say
suspect.
that say, okay, why doesn't the president go first?
Yeah, for them to
that,
take it.
so that anything happens, well, we go together. so because it all boils down to
From
trust.
the top, eh?
Look, no one is willing to stick his neck out.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I just believe that look, it's not about misinformation because yes, we are in an age of social media. There's a lot of information. You can't verify all the information you see. But then I think we will do ourselves a lot of good if we have authorities get ahead of this situation. If this is just, I mean, this is just a glimpse of what's out there is like.
Looking like, right.
So can you imagine the true nature or the thinking of people out there?
That's true.
So if we actually try to get ahead of this thing, I think we'll do ourselves a lot of good in this fight. Because here we are, we don't even know when we are getting the vaccine. Because it's not in our hands. I mean, that date could be changed again. Okay? Yeah. And even when it comes, not only do you have to secure the vaccine, but you have to deliver it, in a time frame. Yeah. Depending on which vaccine you have. Like I said, the Moderna one has a lifespan of 6 months. 6 months. The Pfizer one has 5 days.
8 days, yeah.
So, what exactly are we doing? What's the plan? And we have people thinking like this. So we have a long way to go in dealing with this virus.
Mommy, final words.
Me, I still stand with my people. if you're giving me a vaccine, if I'm getting vaccinated with a vaccine, that is not going to protect me completely from getting the virus. Then
what's the essence?
Not to gear towards conspiracy theories right now, but then it means there's an agenda behind creating the vaccine or whatever it is. I mean, like the like my man said,
you want to finish up.
But I still stand with whether the president and the vice or whoever it is takes it or not. I am still not taking the vaccine.
Okay. Yeah.
Just quickly, but then there was this point I made earlier in the week, and I think it's very important that it's out there again. Look, the fact that your doctor cannot look you in the face like your normal vaccine and tell you that it's safe is actually an issue for many. Because I mean, if I go for say polio or hepatitis B, they will look at me, and when I get worried, he tells me, okay, these are the side effects you are likely to encounter. So when it does happen, don't be scared. It's a normal reaction. I think I can go home and sleep very well with that. But then if I should go to a doctor, COVID vaccine, and then I take the shot, then I ask, okay, so what should I expect in the middle of the night? Then he looks me in the face, I don't know. You get what? Take what you get. I mean, that's a scary thought.
It is. So it is scary, and we hope that the major stakeholders in this whole thing would actually come together, and then the right information, or would have one, like entry. They say "Anone bear bako," so the people can actually know what they're going in for. Barry, final words.
Charlie, everybody should be safe. That's all I can say. I mean, yeah, Charlie, just be safe because you can't really tell. But then I also want to add the fact that people are asking if they are going to take it, it should be locally manufactured on the continent. So this is a heads up to our pharmaceutical giants on the continent and to the entire government that should start thinking about something. I mean, the EU have already secured 270 million doses. It's a sign that, Charlie, you guys can still be, but let's go for the first saving go-to area. So let's just be safe.
If the AU has secured the vaccine, then
No
most
hope.
definitely
No hope.
we are going
No
to
hope.
take it. So this one is just like when they are sharing something.
Mm.
Those who want to take it.
But let me put this question out there. I mean, where do you stand if eventually we are forced to take it? Do you think it? One way or
For
the
someone
other?
who's traveling here, Charlie, forget you can take it.
On this,
Like Barry would say, "Go be deaf."
Charlie, die, man.
on this note, I'd like to thank you guys so much. And as you're out there, as much as it seems like it's a far away thing, I think we should start deliberating on it. I mean, the seriousness and the reality of the issue. What would you do if you'd have to take it? I mean, once now traveling outside is mandatory. It's going to be mandatory. So just think through it and think about it. And please keep yourself safe. Nose mask, hand sanitizer, wash your hands, take lots of immune boosters to keep yourself active and free from the COVID-19.